So Dwayne Casey was voted the NBA Coach of the Year. And in fact, Brad Stevens didn't even get a single vote. And this outraged a lot of people. I was in Montana for the week. I got to read the narrative. I got to hear all of the narrative around that. I think what people don't realize and what people missed was when this award was voted for was about a month ago. This was a regular season award. This was voted on at the end of the regular season, before the playoffs, before the Raptors got swept by LeBron, before the Celtics made a crazy run. A month ago, when voting happened, Dwayne Casey was, at the time, the NBA Coach of the Year. Dwayne Casey was the most impressive coaching job we had seen in the NBA up until that point. If you remember, Dwayne Casey completely redesigned the Toronto Raptors' offensive plan. He completely changed it. They went from an ISO team, a team that did a lot of isolation plays, a lot of one-on-ones, to a ball movement system. Do you understand how hard it is to change systems and still be successful? Let me give you a comparison. That's like you drove an automatic car your whole life. It was shifting the gears for you. Then you have to learn how to use a manual. You have to shift the gears with a clutch, do it all by yourself. And not only do you have to learn how to drive a manual car, you also have to win a race while learning how to drive a car a different way. It's the best way I can compare it to is learning a new system and then dominating is incredibly hard to do. That is what the Raptors did. The Raptors in the regular season were fantastic. So in the regular season, before the playoffs started, 100% Dwayne Casey was the Coach of the Year. But here's what I find really interesting from all of this. Brad Stevens and the Celtics beat LeBron James in the first game of their series. What's interesting is the Raptors couldn't. The Raptors could not beat LeBron James in game one of their series. So Dwayne Casey was just voted Coach of the Year by his other NBA coaches. All the NBA coaches voted Dwayne Casey NBA Coach of the Year. And then immediately following, Dwayne Casey was fired by the Raptors. And the reason why, in my opinion, is he lost in 4 games to LeBron James. But the reason why he was fired was game 1. See, game 1, leading into the Cavs and Raptors series, leading into that game 1 between LeBron James and the Toronto Raptors. LeBron James was coming off a 7-game series against the Pacers. LeBron James even said it himself. He was gassed. He was tired. The Raptors had time to prepare. I think they had a 6-game series, so they had a little bit of time to prepare and get ready for LeBron James. And let's be honest, the Raptors all year have been mentally preparing to play LeBron James in the playoffs. Nobody wants to beat LeBron James more than the Toronto Raptors. And with time to prepare, well, LeBron James didn't. The Raptors still could not beat LeBron James. In fact, they couldn't even challenge him. Now, most of this, I believe, is on DeMar DeRozan, the star for the Toronto Raptors. But some of it does have to fall on Dwayne Casey. Dwayne Casey could not beat LeBron James in game 1. Now, in contrast, we saw the Boston Celtics in game 1 against LeBron James. Not just challenge him, not just push him, but they actually beat him. The Celtics beat LeBron James in game 1 of their playoff series. And Brad Stevens was brilliant. Brad Stevens had a fantastic game plan. He beat LeBron James. Thank you for watching this video. Remember, if you like it, you can subscribe to Strong Opinion Sports on iTunes, on SoundCloud, and on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube. And if you really like this podcast, help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about the show on Facebook, on Twitter, whatever it is. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about this show.